So we are looking at 3D referencing. Looking at 3D referencing. So I'm saying that, okay, let's assume that here we need the skewness. The skewness of this data. This data. But want the result will be on another sheet. Can be done. Okay. So want to put the result here. Just type equal to, click on the sheet. See what it has done for you now. Then you no, sorry. We have to start by we have to pick the function equals q. Q. Then the data we want is on another sheet, so you have to click that sheet. Then you select the data. You see it has computed this thing. Let's compare the result. 0.7, 0.079 something. You see that it's exactly the same thing, but on a different sheet. So when you want to access another sheet, usually you write the name of the sheet followed by exclamation mark before you specify the range. This is 3D referencing now. Why? Because you see, from one sheet, you are accessing values in another sheet. Okay, you are referencing across worksheets. Is this clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
So that's just an overview of referencing. The next topic I actually want to also look at is correlation. Correlation. We done correlation before? Don't think so.
No, we've not done it in this class.
Yes. Correlation. Correlation measures the relationship and it measures the strength and direction of the relationship between variables. Okay. So when you are dealing with correlation, you need multiple data, not one. I hope you know why.
Yes, sir.
You cannot say one person is related to himself. We are talking about relationship. We are talking about multiple entities. So you cannot talk of correlation when you are dealing with only one data item. Of course, you can anyway, but the correlation will always be perfect correlation. The correlation of a data set with itself is one, which is perfect correlation. So usually you don't need to do that. You already know what the outcome will be. So why waste your time? correlation. Okay, we're not looking around correlation now, right now. Maybe next time we'll look around correlation. Let's look at the popular one, the Pearson correlation coefficient. So like in this example, we have the scores of students in maths and English. Let's say we have what?
I'm not seeing your screen.
Oh, can you see my screen now?
Yes,
What were you seeing earlier?
just a blank sheet. Blank.
Okay, sorry for that. So now we can compute the correlation between these two data sets, this one and this one. The correlation between them can be computed. Now we can compute to see the strength of the relationship, if any, and then the direction, whether it's positive or negative. Okay. To compute correlation, you can use the correlation function, the Correl function, or you use the Pearson function. Take the first, it's asking for array 1. You select the first data set, comma, you select the second data set. So you see you are getting the same thing. Here the Correl function was used, but here we just use the Pearson function. We are getting the same answer. So whichever one you use, you get the same thing. Okay. Now, what this is telling us, is this a positive or negative number?
It's positive.
Positive, which means there's positive correlation. In other words, those who do well in maths tend to also be doing well in English. Okay? That's what they say. If it were negative, it would mean that those who do well in maths do worse in English. Okay? They don't, that's what negative would be. Then when the figure is high, it shows that the correlation is strong. So you can have strong positive correlation. You can have strong negative correlation. You can have weak positive correlation. You can have weak negative correlation. And you can have no correlation. No correlation is when correlation is 0, which means there's no relationship whatsoever. Okay. So that's correlation. Correlation is an important topic in analytics. Very important. Okay. We also deal with regression analysis, but correlation first. This correlation, this is Pearson coefficient of correlation. Pearson coefficient of correlation. There's another type of correlation which we'll look at next time, not today, because it's kind of longer. It will take more time to explain this. That's the Spearman's correlation. This is ranked correlation. The Spearman coefficient of rank correlation, the Spearman coefficient of correlation is based on ranked data, based on ranks. We saw how to compute ranks. Okay. So we'll look at it next time. And
Okay, sir.
then I will explain the situations where you use Spearman instead of Pearson. Okay. All right. So I think that may be enough for one day.
So I'll want to ask this. If for this Pearson correlation,
Mm.
it can be used to um, see the relationship between sales of items.
Between,
Maybe
okay,
be,
between,
sales of items. Let's say you are
yes,
selling a particular item, and maybe
exactly.
paid for January and
Your
February.
your audio is poor. Can you say
Okay.
that? Okay, okay, I can hear you clearly
Can you
now.
hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I said it can, I'm asking, it can also be used to maybe compare the sales of goods or items, maybe
Yes,
between months. Huh?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
To see if they are correlated, like if the sales are correlated between the 2 months.
Between the 2 months.
Yeah, let's say the sales of shoes you had in January
Mm.
and the sales you have in February, or and also if they are correlated, can it be used?
Uh, it's not likely to be used for such a situation. It's not
Okay.
likely to be used for such a situation. Let me, okay, let's see. Let's say if we are to use a sales example, you may want
Yes.
to see the correlation between the sales of a product compared to another product throughout the month, for example.
Okay.
We understand to see. Then you now know if uh, when the sales of one product is high, if the other one is also high, or when the sales of
Oh,
one product is low, the other one goes down, something like that.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All
So
right.
that
Got
kind of situation, yes.
it. Okay, sir.
It's very useful, something very, very useful. In fact, it's used a lot in sales. This sales example you just mentioned, like Amazon and all that. Uh,
Yeah.
they use correlation for building their recommender engine. Okay.
Okay.
So they can use it to compute to see, to it makes them to know the product that people tend to buy together.
Yeah.
Are you following? So let's say the demand for one product may be related to the demand for another product, that kind of thing. So once they notice
Oh,
the people that buy this product also buy this product, when any future customer buys the product, they recommend the other one that other people tend to buy along.
okay, sir.
That kind of thing. Yes, it's used for such a lot. It's for
Okay.
such a lot.
Okay, sir.
So our next class will be Monday. We'll have class on Monday.
Okay.
We'll have class on Monday.